This question asks that draw three water molecules, and they have, like, we have to draw the molecules and label their atoms. So we have to draw the side solid lines indicating covalent bonds and dotted lines showing the hydrogen bonds. Now, first thing that we must understand here is what is hydrogen bonding? What is hydrogen bonding? So, hydrogen bonding is formed when any hydrogen is bonded to FON. Clear? So whether it is connected to fluorine, oxygen, or nitrogen, because these are highly electronegative elements, so they have a tendency to attract the electrons, not only their own electrons, but the bonded electrons as well. As a result of that, they form partial, this is delta. Delta shows partial charge, so partial negative charge, while the hydrogen being losing not losing, rather shift of electron towards the bond, towards the fluorine, oxygen, or nitrogen, it forms a partial positive charge. So whenever you have this bond OH or maybe NH or FH, whenever you have this bond, these will always develop a partial negative charge, while your hydrogens would develop partial positive charges because of the shift of electrons towards the electronegative element, and it generates a dipole, right, which shows the movement of electrons. So they are still bonded, right? They are still a part of the bond only, but only thing is they will be little bit shifted towards the electronegative element. It's not that they will leave the bond. They will still, the bond is there. It's a strong bond, but the electrons are little bit shifted towards the electronegative element, making it negative and making it positive. So this is about the hydrogen bonding. Now let's try to see that how the water molecule is formed. So what is water? Let's draw a Lewis structure of water. So water has how many valence electrons? 6 valence electrons. So let's draw them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What about hydrogen? Hydrogen has 1 electron each. So hydrogen 1 and hydrogen 1. So this is how we draw this. That depends upon the geometry, how the molecules, what are the bond angles, right? So this is basically a bent model. Now I will explain that why it is bent like this. Ideally, what should happen? We must have this kind of structure: one oxygen bonded to two hydrogens. But in spite of having this, you have the lone pair of electrons. So due to electron repulsion, these will repel these bonded electrons, and that is why you have this kind of water molecule. Is this clear? Now you will have another oxygen, same thing, lone pair of electrons, hydrogen are bonded. Another one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then you have another one where you have the same thing, and then you have H and H. So this kind of network structure will be formed, right? I'm drawing more in order to explain you, but here they are asking us to draw three water molecules, right? So suppose you are considering these three. Now, according to our concept of electronegativity, what will happen? You have got OH bond here. How many OH bond per water molecule? Two. So this one and this one, they are strong covalent bonds. So we have shown these strong covalent bonds with these solid lines, solid lines, solid lines, solid lines, and solid lines. Similarly, here as well. Then what did we do? We have shown the lone pair of electrons. So these are lone pair of electrons. What are lone pair of electrons? Which are non-bonding electrons, which do not participate in bond formation. Now what happened? Since oxygen is highly electronegative, it has a tendency to attract the bonded electrons towards itself. So here they will be little bit shifted towards the oxygen, making it negative, negative, and negative. What about your hydrogens? They become positive, 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 delta positive, delta positive, delta positive, which means partial charge, right? A partial charge has been developed. Now, what happens? This positive and this negative, they will attract each other because wherever you will find, like in the magnets, we have seen that the negative poles attract each other. Similarly, here, negative charges will attract each other. So, this positive hydrogen will get attracted towards the negatively charged oxygen, and these dotted lines are nothing but the hydrogen bonding. So what did we do? We have drawn three water molecules. Let me erase these ones. They will also do the same thing. They will, so that is why water, a lot of properties of water depend upon this structure: high boiling point, high melting point, high specific heat capacity, solubility. There are so many properties: adhesion, surface tension. All of these properties are dependent on this hydrogen bonding only. Now we have drawn this, then we have drawn two solid lines, OH and OH, which shows covalent bond. The dotted lines for hydrogen bonds, so these are hydrogen bonds, and then add a partial charge label as appropriate. So what is your partial charge? Delta positive and delta negative. So oxygens will develop partial positive, hydrogens will develop partial negative. We understood why it is so, because the electron density is more near oxygen, so it develops negative charge. Electron density is lesser near hydrogen, so it develops partial positive charge. That's it.